All right, what's happening, everybody? All you Move, Think, Smile followers. As you know, Eléa and I are the founders of Move, Think, Smile. And, we got a really cool episode today. We're going to get into some really neat stuff. And I just want to make sure that everybody understands that Move, Think, Smile, we are all about simplifying things, using a very, very simple method to drastically increase your impact, your energy, your income, your performance, your freedom. That whole work-life balance thing is no longer an equation you have to worry about anymore. And today we're really focusing on the health coaches and the practitioners who are growing their business. And I think what's really interesting is, one of the biggest obstacles that we face when we get out there and we come out, we decide to go on our own. We're not working with anybody. We get a health coaching certification, or maybe you've got a functional or integrative background. Maybe you're working at a hospital, or you're deciding to leave and kind of do your own thing. The biggest obstacle is always getting clients, right? And not just any client, the good ones. Elia.
Yeah.
So talk about some of what happens if what aren't good ones? Like what are the ones that we used to have to deal with?
Well, the good ones are people that are, excited to get started. They actually, do the work. There's not a lot of, complaining or, back and forth about pricing. Like they're just ready to make it happen. They're seriously committed to making this change. I mean, those are the best, right? You just know that it's like they've reached this certain breaking point where they're no longer willing to put up with what they have been. And so they're prime and they're ready for change.
Right.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah. So let's boil it down to kind of like the 3 character traits, right? Because this is something we do in our own health coaching programs, and we make sure that we do this in our marketing and some other things. And as we define an amazing client by, number 1, they're decisive. They don't make any excuses. They take action with you because they realize there's a big health problem that they're dealing with, and they're tired of dealing with it. They're just ready to do something about it now, not next week. They don't need to think about it. They're ready to do something about it now. Number two, they are resourceful. That means that they find a way to hire you without complaining about your price, right? They find a way, not only that, but they also find the time in their schedule because they are, number 3, they are committed. Now, we've kind of talked about this before, but everybody on the planet is committed. We're all committed to something. And that something is we're either committed to our fears and our doubts, or we're committed to winning. We're committed to victory. And we just need to figure out a way to get that there. And we know that the strategies we have been using with our health or other have not been working. I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of having the diabetes. I'm tired of PCOS. I'm tired of having erectile dysfunction. I'm tired of my hormones being out of whack, and I'm grumpy all the time, and I can't sleep, and I'm wired but tired, and I'm freaking tired of the damn anxiety, right?
Yeah.
Those are amazing clients. But they come in with, kind of like, this coddled, almost like child, and you bring them in under your wing and you help them. They show up, they do the work, and all these amazing things happen because your program freaking rocks. So why is it that health coaches, health practitioners, wellness consultants, why is it they struggle to get the good ones? Why is it they struggle to get those? And this is something we call the mirror effect. Right, Elia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's really, with this, it's looking at how can you actually be the client you want to attract, right? And Adam, I know you're probably going to go into what is the mirror effect, and then I can talk about some of the things that people think that keep them blocked.
So the mirror effect basically is your business is a direct reflection of you. Okay, so if your intention is to go out there and make a quick buck, right? Then that's exactly what's going to come back to you. You might not make a quick buck, or you might do these things. Or if your intention is just all about you, all about you, all about you, then why would amazing clients show up at your doorstep? Because it's all about you and it's not about them. The mirror effect, the business, is a reflection of you, how you're operating your business, what you're thinking behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And we know that this is the single most powerful thing you can do, like Ellie says, is you need to become the client you want to attract. But before we get into that, let's talk about what people are thinking as health and wellness professionals as they are growing their business. And, Elia being kind of like the success Sherpa, right? She's the one who speaks directly with everybody a lot of one-on-one time with them. She spends a lot of time with them just kind of checking in. She spends a lot of time dealing with their own issues of confidence, their self-worth stuff. So Ellie, what are the things the trends that you see with the clients that are coming in and that we're, really helping them grow their business? What are the big obstacles there?
I think the big one, a huge one, is always just this like imposter syndrome, right? Of just, they're comparing themselves to other people out there in the sphere that work with the same thing and they don't have as many followers. They're not as XYZ. And so there's a comparison that happens with imposter syndrome. But the other thing that happens, it's really, really sneaky, is that they feel like any lacking in their own health or any stumbling block in their own health also makes them less than as a health coach. And there's a lot of shame in that because it's like, well, I'm a health coach and why do I have this health issue? And so, those two things coupled together can create a really powerful, imposter syndrome. And so what's so important here is to just really kind of take a look at and questioning those thoughts. Really, is that true? And really understanding that you don't have to be perfect in order to help other people. You have to have a great method for transformation. You have to be able to have a step-by-step process. You have to be a great leader to help people through, but you don't have to be perfect.
Right. And so, all right, so imposter syndrome is one of them, right?
Imposter syndrome is one of them. The other one is doubt. So doubting that they can get the price, or the, price that they want for their coaching, the doubt that people will pay, the doubt that people will see the value. And a lot of this turns up as I have to prove to everyone how good that I am. I must show that I'm an expert. I must have been on all of these podcasts and featured on TV and Men's Journal and Women's Health and all these different things in order to actually charge more for my services. And again, this is a huge, it's not true. It's not true, right? So what happens then is we end up focusing on ourselves and trying to really promote us when that's not what we need to be doing. We got to be focused on the clients.
Right. And so when there's doubt, what is there not?
There's not confidence.
There's no confidence, right? You can't hold the same at the same time. And that
Yeah.
doubt comes in a lot of forms. Is my program structured correctly? Do I have the right software? Do I have the right email system? Do I have Guys, none of that matters. Just none of that matters. What matters more than anything else is if you want to attract amazing clients, the most powerful thing you can do right now is to be the client that you want to attract. You want confident clients? You're going to have to be confident. You want people to trust in you? You got to trust in others. You don't want people bitching about paying you? Then stop complaining about spending money.
Yep.
You want people to be decisive, to take action, then stop living in a sea of overwhelm and do something, right? Do something. Take action every day. And if it's not working, then stop spinning your wheels and recreating the wheel, all right? The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So change that. Number two, if you want your clients, to be able to come and say, yes, I want to work with you, you got to be able to do the same thing. You got to be decisive. Number two, if you want your clients to show up and not complain about, or make excuses like, I just, things are really tight right now. I don't have the money, blah, blah, blah. Nobody ever has the money. Nobody ever has the money. So what do you need to do? You want your clients to show up, be resourceful, find a way to work with you because they realize this big problem they're experiencing with their health and wellness is no joke. It's a disease of lifestyle more than likely. And you are there. You're the superhero that's going to come in and you're a superhero trainer or resurrector is a better word. You're a superhero resurrector because these people you're working with, these human beings are all superheroes too. But the problem is they lost their cape and it shows up in the form of all those health problems. And it's your job to help them get rid of the health problems, reverse those problems, get their energy back, get them feeling good so they can not only find their cape, but you're going to help them put it back on.
Yeah.
So you want them to be resourceful, right? To find a way to work with you, not only from an investment standpoint, but from a time standpoint, because this is mission critical. And then number three, again, committed. Do you want them committed to the doubts and the fears and not trusting you? Or do you want them to commit that, okay, there is a different way. There is a more natural way to deal with this. I don't have to keep going to the doctors. I don't have to keep taking the medications. I don't have to do all of this. Things can change. Things can be different. And if that's what you want from your clients, you've got to be the client that you want to attract. Eléa?
Yeah, and this is a really good point too, because another thing that everyone struggles with is actually a commitment to the health and success of their own businesses. It's too easy. It's so easy to let the business obstacles get in the way. And then all of a sudden the doubt creeps in, and now you're not committed to making this business really work because you're like, look at all these things, look at all these obstacles, look at, not a lot of other people are succeeding. And so when you let yourself entertain that kind of thinking, you're not committed to your business. And I want you to think about building your business is like getting back your health. It's a non-negotiable. You are building your business, you're committed to your business, and you're going to do everything you need to do, decisive, resourceful, committed, ditching the doubt in order to get your business where it needs to be. It's too easy to stop or to lose your momentum or to let little obstacles in your business get you off track and make you think, I don't know, maybe I should keep my PA job. Maybe I should go back to a part-time work. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should just give up on this dream. And that is where you've got to come in and be committed yourself, just like you want your clients to be committed to getting their health back. And as Adam says, putting their superhero cape back on, you want to make sure that they can get over those hurdles, those obstacles, and you've got to hold that space for them to get there.
It's a commitment to winning. Mm-hmm. It's a commitment to victory. I am going to solve this problem. I am committed to winning. What do I need to do right now in order to do that? And for your clients, it's to hire you. Mm-hmm. Right? And that is the power. That's the most powerful thing you could do is actually show up like the client that you want to attract. Now, is that the only thing you need to do? No. No. There's other things in there. Then the systems come into place. Then you have the marketing, you have ads, you have, some videos, you have a phone call, you make it really, really super simple, and then you bring them in. But if you are not operating, you're not being the client you want to attract, it does not matter how amazing your ad is. It does not matter how amazing or how crazy cool your marketing funnel is. It does not matter how sexy your logo is or your brand, your name or your niche or your elevator pitch or any of that stuff. None of that stuff matters if you're not showing up like the client you want to attract, because you will have these cool things and all of a sudden you'll get a couple of hits here and there. And one of two things is going to happen. If anybody shows up, they're going to either be less than amazing. Maybe they will hire you, but they're going to be a bear to work with. They're not going to show up. And let's say they do a payment plan with you. They cancel their credit card and they go missing in action, right? Anybody ever have that happen before? That's a lot of fun, isn't it? That's a confidence builder, right?
Yeah. Adam, I was going to say too, with confidence, it kind of goes both ways. I mean, we've seen people become massively successful and their marketing, their everything that they did, their email list, the way they kind of, set up their whole system was not anything amazing at all, but they had confidence behind them, confidence on their side. And that is like a magnet.
Well, what confidence is not knowing the future, right? Mm-hmm. Confidence is, I'm going to win this race. I'm going to get through this obstacle course of entrepreneurship. I'm going to turn these obstacles that are keep throwing my way into launching pads for success. And I'm going to run like mad. And then when the data shows me, I'm going to change direction this way. Mm-hmm. Right? That's what confidence is. It's without any shadow of a doubt that you're going to succeed, that you are dedicated to winning, because you did not become a freaking health coach for giggles.
Yeah.
You didn't. I know this. I didn't become a health coach for giggles. I did it because something deep inside of me, two things were happening. Adam, you got to get your shit together, because I was not healthy at the time, right? And so I got in there, took care of myself. That's some amazing progress. I'm healthier now in my 40s than I was in my 20s by a long shot. In fact, I can outrun my kids, and they're both in their late 20s. I've got way more energy, more strength than they do. And what happens is you get in and you start having these things happen inside your brain. This is the think part, right? And you start thinking, I'm not ready. right? I'm not ready. I need to get this in place. I need this website in place. I need this email system in place. I need this ticket manager. I need all this stuff. No, you don't. No, you don't. None of that stuff is going to make or break your business. You are the fuel that, if your business is a high performance engine, it needs fuel. And if you're putting in bad gas, is it going to run very well? Nope. It's not. You are the fuel, and you've got to operate with high octane energy. And by doing that, if you show up decisive, committed, and resourceful, you will attract clients that are decisive, committed, and resourceful. And this is something you've got to work on every single day.
Yeah, it's really turning every obstacle that you encounter in building your business as a springboard to the next section, right? The next chapter of your business. Because one thing that I think, a lot of people get stuck on is they are focusing too much on the now. I don't have a lot of clients now. My business isn't successful now. This is the results. I'm looking at the reality of my business and I'm not seeing anything that I like. But what we really need to do is we actually have to look more. It's like, where are we going? Keeping our head focused on where it is that we're going. It's kind of like, when you ride a motorcycle or even with a horse, they tell you, it's like, don't just look straight down. You got to keep looking ahead at where you're going. You got to make sure when you do that, everything follows with you. But if you're looking down, you're looking around at everything that you don't have right now, it is going to block your business from building that success.
And here's the reality, guys. You might not have any clients. That's true. It's irrelevant. Or maybe you have some clients, but they're not the cool people you want to work with. You don't really love them. That may be true. It's irrelevant. You may not have the systems in place. Sure, that's true. It's irrelevant. It's how you show up and the action that you take every day that determines the success, not just as a health coach. Guys, we've been in multiple businesses, retail, manufacturing, right? Where products were involved, services, consulting. And now we have Move Think Smile. We've got the health coaching side, helping individuals with their energy and fatigue. And we have the business side that we're talking to you about right now. And we want to see you guys absolutely get out there and crush it. We need to make this world a better place because there was a pandemic way before COVID. We know this. You know this. And if you're sitting there wondering why I'm not getting the clients or why is this way harder than it needs to be, that's because you're operating in the wrong way. And if you're thinking, why isn't this working? It's not going to work, right? You've got to shift. If you want your business to be a reflection of the good stuff, then you've got to bring the good stuff first. This is the problem that we see over and over again, is that people don't have a problem bringing the good mental psychology until there's proof that the business is working. But that's not how it works. It's the opposite. The business can only work when you bring the good psychology first. Would you agree, Eléa?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You got to bring that good psychology. You've got to really, be clear on what it is that you're fueling your mind. And, this is one of the toughest things because it's so easy to spend all your time working on the tangible stuff, working on blogs, working on fixing the fonts on your website, working on, emails, working on all of these different things. And
that was me.
It feels like you're making progress in the business because you're doing all these tangible things, but really you could do a lot less with the tangibles and put more effort into what's happening up here, and you're going to grow your business faster. But this is tough. It's difficult. Most people don't know how to do this, and it's like asking them to lift weights when they've never lifted weights before, right? So it's just easy to stick with the tangibles, but you have to have this other side of the business. You have to work on this or it's not going to get to where you want to go. And the reason we know this is because we've lived this. Mm-hmm. And we constantly have to double check ourselves on this because we can get stuck in the tangibles and realize we got to bring more mindset into this game, and the tangibles will then become easier and produce better results.
It's excellent analogy. You can't expect to climb Everest if you've never been to a climbing gym. You just can't. You got to train for this stuff. And here's what's interesting is like a lot of people try to pound their psychology into submission. The power of positive thinking. Well, I can tell you right now, positive thinking isn't very positive if you're forcing it. Forced positive thinking is not positive. I'm going to go see a counselor, or I'm going to go see a coach, or I'm going to go see this to get my psychology in place. I'm going to pound it in. The reality is, if your body, if you're having thoughts about, this is really harder than it needs to be, am I worth it? Are people going to pay me? You're basically sending a message to the amygdala in the brain that's invoking the stress response. That's then sending a message of threat to the body. It's telling the mitochondria in the body to shut down, not all of them, but not produce as much energy because they feel like they're being threatened, like there's an alien in the system, even though there isn't. And next thing you know, those things that you want, the impact, the ideas, the $1 million thing, right? The confidence, all those, the creativeness, those are high frequency brain patterns, high frequency emotions, and they require a surplus of energy from the body in order to fuel them. And if you're a health coach, a health practitioner, and you're out there and you're like struggling to get clients, you've got to look at yourself first, because you are your greatest obstacle, and embracing that is the first step. Right, Elia?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a tough one. It's a tough one to swallow. And sometimes, I've been there too, of just feeling like I'm doing all the right stuff. I'm doing all the work. I feel like, why am I not getting the results that I want? And again, this comes down to, you gotta have some support. You need to have some people that can actually see what you can't see.
Right.
There's no bigger trick than oftentimes trying to self-analyze to where you confuse yourself, right? You're going in too many directions. And so it's really important to have that support because, again, it takes a village to raise a business. It really does.
It does. And so guys, if you're struggling to bring the clients in, right, you're struggling with that confidence. You're struggling with, because you're seeing other people out there have these higher ticket programs. Like, I don't know if you know this, but our health coaching program for working professionals dealing with fatigue is $5,000 and getting ready to take up to $7,000. If you're struggling with the pricing, oh my God, would anybody pay that? Who's going to pay? There's not enough people out there. Those are stories that you're believing, and the data is showing the opposite. And so, guys, if you're willing to show up, you don't have to be there right now. If you're willing to become the client that you want to attract, and you want to bring in amazing clients, you want to attract those incredible people who are committed, they're decisive, they're resourceful, they're ready to take action with you. They're not complaining, they're not making excuses. They value their health. They understand what it is you help them do, and they are embracing, and they're coming to you open arms with a credit card. Going, here, take it. Please help me, please help me, please help me. And you want to do this in a very simple way, because most people are overcomplicating things. They're using outdated business structures. They're way overcomplicating their marketing, way overcomplicated their marketing. If you guys want to see if we can help you overcome all that stuff, then I want you to come over to movethinksmile.com/grow, book a call, chat with myself, chat with Elia. That's who you're going to speak with. We're the founders of Move Think Smile. We run everything. We're the big cheeses, and we do the calls. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we're a good fit to help your business attract amazing clients. And I do want you to let you know something. This is not another business coaching program where they're going to sit around and just tell you a bunch of stuff. You're going to ask them a question, and they're going to go, well, what do you think is the right answer? That's not what we're doing here, right? Coaches just go and tell people what to do and expect you to do all the heavy lifting. That's not what we're doing. This is not a bunch of just training videos where we're expected to go out there and do it yourself. That is not what we're doing. We're going to get in there. We're going to make sure that we pump you full of high octane energy so your business is operating. Then we're going to help you build this amazing high performance engine where you can stick that high octane fuel in, and you're attracting amazing clients. And you don't have to worry about when your calendar is going to be full. You don't have to worry about, okay, is this client going to be difficult today? You don't have to worry about that stuff anymore, guys. It's going to give you bigger impact because your clients are going to have way more success because they're showing up committed. They're doing the work. They're not bitching and complaining and fussing and griping about all this stupid stuff. He said, she said, I can't do this because of this, the government, all that kind of stuff. We're going to repel those people away. We're going to repel those people away. You're never going to have to deal with them again. We're going to attract amazing clients. And if that's something you'd like to do and you're ready to do that now, I'm not next week, right? That's indecisiveness. Decisive is taking action because you don't have to have the confidence now. All you have to do is have the willingness to be open to say, you know what? There might be a better way. There might be a better way to grow my health coaching business. There might be a better way to grow my wellness consulting practice. There might be a better way to grow my functional, integrative, medical, right? There might be a better way. And if you're at least open to that and you take action, go to that website right now, movethinksmile.com/grow, book a call, get on our calendar. Let's chat. Let's see what's been working for you, not working for you. Let's talk about it. Let's devise a step-by-step customized game plan so we can make sure your business is operating on high octane fuel and you're attracting amazing clients. They're getting healthy and your business is healthy too, and you're not burning out. So on that note, Eléa, any other parting shots for today?
I would just say, I just want everyone to remember that you cannot think greater than your emotional space. So if you're feeling overwhelmed right now about your business, you're not going to be able to think what you need to think in order to grow that business. So this is where, again, fueling yourself with, energy, really knowing what the right parts and pieces are to put in so that you have good energy and you can make great decisions about your business is the key.
Exactly. Again, I cannot stress this enough. The confidence might not be there. That's okay. That's why we're here. The strategy might be unknown to you. That's okay. That's why we're here. All you have to have is the desire. Do I have the desire to make this happen? Do I have the desire to be victorious, to be a badass health coach, to be a badass wellness person, to be a badass healthcare, whatever it is? Do I have that desire? And will I take action? Am I decisive? Am I going to take action? Am I going to take a step every day to see what I can do to make this happen? And guys, I invite you to come over to movethinksmile.com/grow. Now, if you're not decisive, if you're not committed to winning, and you're definitely not resourceful, we can't help you. If you do have some commitment in you, but it's kind of waning because there's some doubts, that's okay. If you do have some resourcefulness in there, but you're not sure because you're like, oh, it hasn't worked for me, that's okay. We can put those stories to the side. All that might be true, but it is completely irrelevant if you want to grow your business, attract those amazing clients. So guys, come on over to movethinksmile.com/grow. And in a couple days, we'll be in here. We're going to be doing an interview with another one of our clients, the amazing Haley McBain from Australia. And it's a really cool personal trainer success story. And how she went from literally nothing, like she was working in physical therapy, and then all of a sudden COVID hit and bam, everything ripped away from her. Everything, had nothing. And she actually was crazy, Ellie. I don't know if you remember this, but she has a degree in advertising and actually had a marketing and copywriter with her, and like it just was completely stuck. And she's now enrolling 5K clients. A personal trainer. If she can do it, guys, trust me, from absolutely nothing, you can do it too. Come on over to movethinksmile.com/grow. We'll talk soon. Take care, everybody.
Take care.